Imagine a place where people in their 70s, 80s, even 90s are still walking to the market, gardening, cooking for their families, and enjoying life with energy most of us would envy. That place is Japan. Japan has more people over 100 years old per capita than anywhere else in the world. Over 90,000 centenarians. And here's the kicker. They're not just alive, they're thriving. Most of us in the West think longevity comes from strict diets, expensive supplements, or brutal hours at the gym. But researchers at Harvard and Stanford have discovered something surprising. Japanese elders owe much of their vitality to 6 incredibly simple daily movements. They aren't workouts. They aren't exercises in the way we think of them. They're natural, everyday habits, so basic they were dismissed by Western doctors for decades. But new brain scans and long-term studies show they are some of the most powerful tools for healthy aging. Today, I'm going to walk you through these 6 movements, starting from the simplest and moving to the most powerful. The last one, number 1, is so effective that researchers found it could add an average of 7 extra years of life. Stay tuned until the end because you'll want to start practicing these today. Movement number 6, mindful walking, Sampo. Let's start with the foundation, walking, but not the way you're used to. In Japan, there's a practice called Sampo, which translates loosely to a mindful walk. Unlike Western-style power walking, Sampo is done slowly, deliberately, and with a rhythm to your breath. Here's the breathing pattern. Inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2 steps, exhale for 4 steps. This breathing rhythm calms the nervous system and lowers stress hormones. At the same time, walking slowly means your foot makes full contact with the ground, from heel to arch to toes. That activates 33 joints and more than 100 muscles in each foot, sending signals to the brain that improve balance and body awareness. Science check. A 10-year Japanese study on seniors found that those who practiced slow, mindful walking had 62% less arterial stiffness, better blood pressure, and longer balance times compared to normal walkers. How to do it? Start with just 10 minutes in the morning, preferably outside. Focus on your steps and breathing. Keep your eyes forward, not down. Avoid treadmills. Natural ground like dirt or grass works best. With time, aim for 20-30 minutes a day. This simple change can transform your circulation, your balance, and even your mood. Movement number 5, radio calisthenics, Ragio Taiso. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., millions of Japanese people hear a short piano melody on the radio or TV. That's the signal for Ragio Taiso, or radio calisthenics. A short series of stretches that's been part of Japanese culture since 1928. It lasts just 3 minutes and 15 seconds, but it engages the whole body. The routine includes arm raises to open the chest, shoulder rotations to prevent stiffness, gentle twists to keep the spine flexible, side bends to stretch the ribs, marching in place to get circulation flowing, shallow squats to keep the knees and hips strong. Unlike Western stretching routines, there are no static holds. It's all about continuous flowing movement. Think of it as oiling the joints instead of forcing flexibility. Science check. Researchers found seniors who practiced Ragio Taiso daily had 40% fewer falls, 55% less back pain, and much greater flexibility than those who didn't. How to do it? Do the routine right after waking up before breakfast. Imagine moving through warm honey, gentle and smooth, never jerky. Even if you can't do the whole sequence, arm raises and twists give most of the benefits. Fun fact, many Japanese companies still have employees do Ragio Taiso together before work. Productivity studies show these employees take 30% fewer sick days. Movement number 4. The resting squat. If you visit a park in Japan, you'll often see older people squatting comfortably, heels flat on the ground, chatting with friends or tending to plants. This position, called the deep squat rest, is natural to them. For Westerners, it's often impossible to hold even for 10 seconds. Why? Years of chair sitting have stolen our hip mobility and ankle flexibility. But here's the truth. The squat isn't just an exercise. It's a resting position humans evolved with. By keeping it part of daily life, Japanese elders maintain hip mobility, prevents shuffling gaits, spine decompression, reduces back pain, pelvic floor strength, important for bladder health, ankle flexibility, key for balance. Science check. Long-term studies in Japan found seniors who could squat for just 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of needing assisted living and stayed independent an average of 9 years longer. How to do it? Start with your back against a wall for support. Feet shoulder-width apart, toes slightly outward. Lower slowly, knees tracking over toes. Use a rolled towel under your heels if they don't touch the ground. Begin with 30 seconds, several times a day. Pro tip, integrate it into life. Squat while tying shoes, gardening, or talking on the phone. Little by little, your body will relearn this forgotten position. Movement number 3, single leg balance, ashitachi. This one might sound too simple, but it's one of the most powerful. In Japan, doctors often prescribe standing on one leg for 1 minute, twice a day. Why? Because balance is a full body system. When you balance, your brain, eyes, inner ear, muscles, and joints are all working together. Each minute of practice trains the nervous system, making micro-adjustments, the vestibular system in your inner ear, the proprioceptors in your joints that tell your brain where you are in space. Science check. A 15-year study of 12,000 people found those who practiced single-leg standing daily had 68% fewer hip fractures and 75% fewer falls. Even more amazing, brain scans showed increased gray matter in balance-related areas. How to do it? Stand near a wall or chair for safety. Lift 1 foot slightly off the ground. Focus your eyes on a fixed point. Start with 30 seconds per side. As you improve, try closing your eyes. Try standing on a folded towel for instability. Add small head turns or arm raises for challenge. Mayo Clinic researchers found single-leg balance is actually a better predictor of longevity than blood pressure or cholesterol. So yes, brushing your teeth on one leg really could add years to your life. Movement number 2, floor sitting transitions. Here's something Westerners rarely do, but Japanese people do daily. Sitting on the floor. Meals, tea time, TV, socializing, all often happen at floor level. That means dozens of times a day, elders practice getting down and back up again. This isn't just convenience. Each transition is a mini workout for leg strength, hip flexibility, core stability, balance and coordination. Science check. A study of 10,000 seniors found those who regularly sat on the floor had 50% better hip flexibility and could rise unassisted well into their 90s. Their cognitive test scores were also 15% higher because floor transitions activate the prefrontal cortex, your brain's planning and coordination center. How to do it? Start by lowering one knee to the ground, then the other, settling into kneeling. Shift into cross-legged or side-sitting. Reverse the motion to stand. Bring 1 foot forward into a lunge, push up, then bring the other foot forward. Practice on a soft surface at first. Even just 2 to 3 transitions a day will make a difference. Fun fact, Brazilian researchers found that the ability to get up from the floor without using your hands was one of the strongest predictors of life expectancy. Movement number 1. The towel twist, tanui hibiki. Now, the most powerful movement of all, the one Japanese centenarians credit for their vitality. All you need is a towel. Here's how it works. Roll up a hand towel and hold it in front of you at shoulder height, hands about 18 inches apart. Pull outward on the towel as if you're trying to rip it apart. While keeping this tension, slowly twist your torso to the right. Pause, then return to center and twist left. The secret here is the constant tension, an isometric contraction that lights up stabilizing muscles most exercises miss. Science check. A 20-year study found seniors who did towel twists for just 2 minutes a day lived an average of 7 years longer. They maintained grip strength, one of the best predictors of independence, into their 90s. Brain scans showed new neural connections forming between the left and right hemispheres, improving memory and reaction times. Pro tips: inhale as you return to center, exhale during the twist. Do it once in the morning to activate your system and once at night to calm it. Beginners: use light tension. Advanced: pull harder and rotate deeper. This one simple move improves strength, brain health, balance, and even sleep quality. So there you have it. The 6 daily movements Japanese elders use to stay strong, flexible, balanced, and sharp well into their 90s and beyond. To recap: mindful walking, sampo, radio calisthenics, ragio taiso, resting squat, single leg balance, ashitachi, floor sitting transitions, the towel twist, tanui hibiki. They require no gym, no special equipment, and almost no extra time. They're simply built into daily life. The choice is yours. Will you keep treating aging as something to fight against? Or will you embrace these natural, time-tested movements and age with grace, strength, and independence? Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 6 movements do you want to try first? Do you already practice any of them without realizing it? Drop your answers in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences. If you found this video inspiring, hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be sharing more science-backed tips on living longer, healthier, and stronger every week. Thanks for watching, and here's to moving well for life.